The Ball Guy Show starts right now. Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. What's up, everybody? Before we go into our guest, I gotta talk about Tito Puente Jr. hot sauce. Man, if you guys haven't gone to Tito Puente Jr. hot.com, it's Tito TitoPuenteJrHot.com. Get yourself your 4 set of hot sauces. Dude, it goes good with everything. It goes good with everything. Especially if you're Latino, you're gonna like it. It's and you also get a CD, and right now he's having a sale. And also go check him out. Go check him out in concert. The man puts on a great show. If you don't know who Tito Puente Jr. is, he's the son of El Rey Timbal, or the Mambo King. Is another name for his dad, who passed away back in 2000. He is known for songs like Oye Como Va or Ran Can Can. Man, the guy, and his son is no slouch. His dad was known as the king of the mambo. I call Tito Puente Jr. the prince because he's that good. But there's only one king, and that's his dad. My guest today is, man, she's a talented young lady, Colombian American model, actress, entrepreneur, Brigitte Ortiz. ¿Cómo estás? How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time. We've been trying to schedule this for a while, but I'm happy you're finally able to come on and we're able to do this and talk about your career, and what you've been up to. So you, like I said, you're Colombian American, but you were born here in the States, right here in Dallas, right?
Yeah, I was born in Texas, but both of my parents are from Colombia, part of Cali.
Cali. That's my wife. My
Yes.
wife is Caleña.
Oh,
She's
that's
from
amazing.
yeah. My wife is from Cali. Been married 25 years to Cali, Colombia. She was born in Cali. She came when she was 3 years old. But yeah, she's Caleña too, man. I love Colombian food. So all 3 of my kids love Colombian food, and yeah. So
That's
that's
amazing.
awesome. That's all. Have you ever been to Colombia?
Yeah, only once, but I was like really little, so I don't even remember it that much, but I know it's beautiful and the food there, oh my God, it's so good. Like we eat it here in Texas. I have my aunt make it. It's so good. So good.
It's not the same. It's not the same. Once you go to the motherland, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We went to Cartagena back in,
Ooh.
yeah, we went to Cartagena in October. First time I've ever been to Colombia in 25 years. So we've been going on 25 years. So we've been married. Went to Colombia for the first time. Went to Cartagena. It was amazing.
Yeah.
The food is cheap and the food is good. Really
So
good
good.
food. Yeah, yeah. So you were born in what year? What when were you born?
I was born in 2004.
Okay, okay, cool. And um, and how long has your family been here in the United States?
Pretty much all their lives.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, my mom was originally in Colombia and then she's in New York. My dad is from Colombia and then he came to Texas.
Mm, okay. And you're an entrepreneur. What is your business? What's your business name? What is your business about?
So basically, my business is called BG Royal Cosmetics, where we make all kinds of things. We make lip glosses, makeup, outfits, and then we also do baskets. Right now, we're more focused on the gift baskets. The gift baskets are for any occasion, for anybody, whether it's for a relationship, baby shower, friendship, whatever you do want in your basket.
What? And just in time for Mother's Day. So Mother's Day too.
Yes, Mother's Day as well, any holiday.
Okay, perfect. So we'll be promoting that as well, big time. We'll put that in the information. So, folks, if you have any, what was the deadline? We don't want to say, because Mother's Day is already next week. What's the deadline to get something
Yeah.
for Mother's Day?
Yeah, so the deadline will be the day after Mother's Day, so the next day. That's when the sale will end.
Okay, but to get it for Mother's Day, what's the deadline to place an order in?
Oh, to place an order in is probably in like 3 days. 3 days
Okay,
before.
okay, okay. So
So I can
perfect.
get
So
it ready and set up and everything like that.
awesome, awesome. So folks, if you have any, we're gonna put her information on the description and for your business. So, do you have any specifics of what else what goes in the basket?
So we usually have like a stuffed animal of their choice. We either have them choose like a perfume or like a lotion or whatever they do want to add, whatever chocolates, and then anything extra that they would want to add into the basket. And then our baskets do come wrapped already, so it'll be sealed and packaged and probably like a bow in front of it, and we make it look really cute.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for a year, but my business has been around for like 2, 3 years. So it is
Okay.
still a new business. It is a small business that I'm still working on and just trying to find a niche with it because there's like so many things I want to interpret into it.
So wow, so you keep yourself busy between being a model, being an actress, and your business. You're constantly finding you're always busy, huh?
Yes, always busy. It's either I'm working on my business, um, acting, traveling, or modeling most of the time. So I try to balance all of that out because it can be complicated when I have something booked and then I have another thing booked and then another thing on top of that. So it does get overwhelming at times, but I have me and my family, we all try to manage it and they try to help me out as well.
And that was gonna be another question. If you're out traveling because of modeling or because of an acting gig, I'm assuming you have your mom and family helping you out, which is awesome. That's good. That's good. When did you start modeling?
I started modeling when I was 13 years old. I had went into an agency that I found. It first started in a mall. It was called Model Essence, and they taught me how to walk on the runway. They taught me how to act a bit, and they taught me the ins and outs of modeling because there is a lot to it. The walk, like walking on the runway, the outfit changes, how fast you have to change, how fast you have to get ready, when you have to be on stage, and there's a lot that they taught me. Um, and at first I didn't want to do it because I wasn't interested in modeling or acting at all. I was really shy, and then well, basically, my mom and my dad, they were like, hey, you should really do this. My dad also pushed me into it. So he pushed me to get on the runway. So did my mom. And it was my first time walking up there, all scared, terrified. But I ended up doing it and I ended up loving it. So
That's
here I am
awesome.
now.
What were you afraid of? Like tripping and falling, or
Oh my gosh, yes. I've never walked in front of so many people hoping not to fall, hoping not to mess up or look crazy. So it was a lot going on in my mind at that time.
has that has that ever happened to you where you actually trip or fall? Or
No, thankfully
okay,
I like stand my ground and make sure like while I'm walking, I'm making
you
sure I'm
observe
taking every
and you
step.
observe it and you
Yes,
make
in
sure
every
there's
step.
nothing on the. Have you seen anybody fall or trip or fall? You don't have to say names, please. Let's not
Um
embarrass anybody. Have you seen anybody?
Yes, I have. Or like I've seen some of their pieces fall off or some models they do help them out because we don't want them to feel uncomfortable or
Of
like feel
course.
intimidated or humiliated. So we do help them out and we do edit those clips. So, yeah.
And what do you do? TV modeling, magazine, runway. Obviously, you just say you do runway. Uh, and you do TV also, or
Yes, I do runway, magazines, print modeling, commercial, and photo shoot modeling as well.
mm. And obviously you're still doing now. How busy do you stay with the modeling? Is it 50-50 compared to acting, or is it a little bit more into modeling, or are you more or are you more acting now, or is it like 50-50 right now?
Right now I'm focusing on acting a lot more, just because I have a movie coming out, but I've been loving acting so much. Modeling I still do. I don't do much runway anymore, but if I ever had the chance to do a big gig in modeling, then I would do that. But as of right now, acting is like my main thing because I fell more in love with acting and like showing my talent more.
And as far as the modeling, and before we get into your acting, what has been your most exciting modeling experience, or what has been your favorite type of designs that you've actually modeled?
My favorite type would probably be basically there's this event called the Fashion Life Tour, and they go everywhere. They go to Miami, London, New York City, LA, every place you could really think of. And the models do travel there. All the models do. My favorite design would probably be the Chanel designs. They are so beautiful. I have done a few of those. It was just an amazing experience. And I loved meeting a bunch of people at the Life Tour and just making great friends. I mean, you make friends all around the world when you're traveling for those kind of events, so it was really cool.
That's awesome. And do you get to keep the clothes, or not really? Or you have to
No,
return them?
not honestly, not all the time. Like
No,
most of the instructors are like, "Oh, you got to give it back. I just
especially
want you to
probably
wear it for
especially
that."
Chanel, especially Chanel, and the
Yes,
expensive ones.
especially they want their clothes back. So like, you got to take care of them while you're on the runway as well.
Um, I lost my. Okay, acting. When did you start acting?
I started acting more recently actually, like when I was 15, 16. That's when I really got into it. I was mostly doing like a show called On the Spot, and it was basically like a interview show where we would interview big creators, kind of like what you're doing, except you're doing like a podcast. So it was something like this. That's where I started off. And then that's when I started to get into theater in school when I was in high school.
Okay.
So I was a theater student and I absolutely loved being on stage and performing live because it's just so nice to get a reaction out of the audience and them really engaging with what's happening, like a TV show kind of. So it was live and it's just so cool. So that's when I really got into it, and then I pursued it further into an agency called John Casablancas, and they helped me get my headshots. My pictures done, acting experience. I had a lot of training with them, learning how to act and perform and to sell myself. And that's how I basically got into it. And then after that, I did book a role called Bad Apples.
Okay, and Bad Apples is coming out soon, right? I'm assuming.
Yes, it's coming out this summer, this year. I filmed that movie last year, so it's finally coming out. Um, Last year for the movie, I had blonde hair. I had like a brownish blonde hair, and now my looks changed, but I did film that a year ago, so it takes a hot minute for movies to come out. So it's finally coming out this year, and I'm so ready to see it.
I bet it's a thriller, right? Is it a thriller?
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller. We experience this orphan that walks into a new home, into a new family. She gets adopted, and she starts to experience things that are going on inside the house and how things aren't right, and the terror that's going on in this home as she finds out what is happening.
Are you that orphan, or you can't say?
Yeah,
If you can't say, it's
I
okay.
am. I am the orphan, and
Oh, you are.
yeah, and I mean it's interesting. Just going into a new home and figuring out stuff about a family that you didn't know about, you know? So it's definitely interesting playing a role like that because honestly, I wasn't glammed up. I was more like barefaced and wearing dark clothing. A style that she would wear, her name's Nina, and she was just into like the dark clothing, and she wasn't all glammed up. She didn't really know too much about that, but as she got into the family, she started learning her own style, so you see her style evolve throughout the movie.
Cool, 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 cool. And growing up, what was your favorite type? What was your favorite kind of genre as far as films? Did you like comedy? Did you like more thriller or horror? What did you like to watch growing up?
So so actually one of my favorite genres is the kind of like obsessed protagonist where they're like obsessed with how do I say it? They're
A
more
cycle.
obsessed, kind of like they're more obsessed with their career.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay, 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 okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Yeah, like one of my favorite movies is called Black Swan, and she's a ballerina, but she gets so obsessed into her career that it destroys her. And it just shows like how much passion someone can really have to either succeed or fail when
Mhm.
it comes to what they love to do. And it's just I love that because it just shows how far people would go to make it to what they want to do, like what they love to do. Good or bad.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
that's such an interesting genre to really look at.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. And what were some of your favorite TV shows while growing up?
My favorite TV shows. Um, Honestly, when I was younger, I was really into Disney Channel shows. So I would always watch Disney Channel. That's another thing that I loved. I really loved how they acted when I was younger. I mean, I was a kid, so I loved the little comedy stunts that
Yeah.
they had. Because it would actually make me laugh when I was younger. So I really enjoyed that. But now I like shows like on Netflix, like You. It's a show called You, not You.
I know my wife watches that show. I go, babe, I'm gonna watch you now. You gonna watch me or you gonna? I said no, the show you. I go, yeah, I know.
No.
She watches it. I'm not a fan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the show. I'm more like into Blue Bloods or and going back older. I don't know if you ever heard of the Dukes of Hazard. I'm more into stuff like that.
Hmm.
But then again,
Yeah.
I'm an old guy, so um, I'm more into like cop shows, action, and I love horror. Don't get me wrong, I love horror. I love psychological thrillers. So I'm looking forward to the Bad Apples film. Uh, and but yeah, yeah. But my wife, I've never even sat down to watch You, and I know You is an actual that is a thriller, somewhat thriller, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a mentally like you can actually see the disorder that he has and like how he brings that in, like how it affects other people around him,
Hmm.
and he uses love as like a weapon, and it's so interesting like to hear what goes on in his brain and how he's thinking about the other person, which I think is crazy. It's so crazy.
Um, you did Jason Escapes Hell, and I've noticed that this has become pretty popular over the last maybe 2 3 years. A lot of people are coming up with fan based films on
Mhm.
iconic characters. When is that coming out? Jason Escapes Hell. It's a short, right?
um yeah, it's a feature film.
Oh, it's a feature film. Okay.
Yeah, it's a feature film. Basically a feature fan film. As of right now, we haven't started filming. We're barely on scripts right now.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're not sure when that will come out. Hopefully this year, if not most likely next year, just because how long filming does take.
Hmm.
But as of right now, we're working on that.
How excited are you to be part of something, part of such an iconic character as Jason? I mean, Jason Voorhees has been around since, for crying out, I think I was 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. I'm 48, so it's been
Yeah.
around for going on 5 decades, almost 5 decades. How does it feel to be part of such an iconic character?
Honestly, it's so amazing. I got a call. I actually got offered the role. I had got a call saying like, "Hey, like I would really love you to be a part of this project. I've seen your work and I feel like you'd be a good fit for this." So we talked it through, and honestly, I never like would saw myself be with a character like Jason, like that's such a huge role and he's been around for like years. So being able to be a part of like a feature fan film, because a lot of people love Jason and his story and his background. So to be a part of that is just so amazing, and I'm willing to put my best performance into that.
That's awesome. That's all. Yeah, that's another one that sounds really cool. And like I said, I've been watching some of these fan based films, and to make a film like this, do people have to ask for permission from the original creator, or is there? How do people come up? How does somebody come up a fan based feature film with Jason Voorhees?
I honestly, since I didn't quite audition for it, but he did look at my resume and everything. For other people, I'm pretty sure they do have to audition for it to book what character they could play because he is still looking for actors.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure the other actors did have to audition, but we have some pretty important people that are in it that I'm pretty sure they just got the role.
And how did it feel to just get a call and not have to audition? How does that feel?
It honestly feels really cool because for all my work, I always have to work hard for. I always have to audition, and I still had to show my talent to him.
Of course.
Even though it was an audition, I still had a resume that I built off throughout the years. So that was already a hard work enough. But it's amazing that a director and a film producer saw my talent and wanted me to be in this movie no matter what. So it's really an amazing experience and pretty lucky. Not everyone gets that opportunity. So I'm so blessed and so grateful to be a part of it.
What's been your favorite role so far?
My favorite role.
Whether
So
whether or which or let me wrap let me let me switch it up. What's been your favorite role that you're looking forward to or that you've already done? For example, you still haven't done Jason.
mhm.
So what's been your favorite one that you've done or that you're about to do?
Um, Probably right now, my favorite would probably be Bad Apples playing an orphan, just because that's not my field, and it was really interesting trying to get into the mindset of being someone that came from nothing, you know? So I was able to connect with the character so much and to learn so much about this character that was broken and now put into a family of wealth, very rich, and it's a switch, and I think it was just such an interesting role to play. So I think that one's my favorite so far.
That's awesome. And to travel when you travel to some of these roles, what's been some of your favorite places you've traveled to, whether it's for modeling or for acting? What's been some of your favorite places you visited?
Probably New York. Oh my gosh, New York has so much to offer. I mean, you meet so many people, the food's great, so many events happen. I mean, when I was in New York, I believe Shane Dawson, I think that's how you say it, was performing that night. But I was filming, so I couldn't even go see it. But it's so cool how so many people travel to New York to perform. Like you can see famous people walking down the street, and it's normal for everyone there. So that was one of my favorite places. I've been to North Carolina and I went to like their big amusement park. I really loved that. It was so fun going over there and experiencing the park. And those are my two so far. I'm still looking forward to traveling to like LA, Miami for work and places like that.
All right, you never been to Miami?
No, I actually
Okay.
haven't because I don't have much work there. I would mainly have work in like LA or New York, places like that. But I'm looking forward to modeling in Miami soon.
Okay, that'll be cool. That's cool. That's where I'm from. I was born and raised in Miami.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, I've been here in Dallas for only three and a half years. So
Awesome.
yeah,
How'd you like it?
how do I like what Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm I'm not a fan. I was born
Yeah.
and raised there. I miss the food. Oh God, I miss the food. I miss the food. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Because to find Cuban or Colombian, my parents are Cubans.
Mm-hmm.
To find Cuban or Colombian food here, you have to drive. All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
You live near DFW? Are you near
No.
the DFW? No.
No.
All right. Well, you need to drive. I live around the Forney area. I don't know if you know Forney or the
Yeah.
Kaufman. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where I live. So we have to drive 40, 45, 50 minutes to get a good Cuban restaurant or a good Colombian restaurant.
Oh,
You're not going to find it
wow.
around here. In Miami, have it in every corner.
Right.
Whether it's Cuban, Colombian, Puerto Rican, lo que quiera. You'll find it everywhere. Um, so I miss the food. I miss my daughter. Other than that, my
Mhm.
daughter stayed behind. She stayed in Florida. She said that's my oldest. She's 28. She said I'm not moving to Dallas. She visits us, but other than my daughter, the food, I do not miss Miami. To be totally honest with you,
Right.
it's way too hot, way too hot.
Oh yeah.
You might like it, but then again, I was born and raised there.
Right. Yeah,
Those
that's the difference. Yeah.
huge difference, huge difference. I wish I would have moved here 10 years ago. I love
Really?
Texas. I love Texas.
Oh,
I
that's
love
great.
Texas. Yeah, I love Texas. And one thing I love about Texas is the pride that people have here in Texas. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not a bad pride. It's a pride. Hey, I'm a Texan. I'm a
Right.
Texan. So I love that. But yeah, yeah. But I've noticed some pictures of you with. I've seen you on screen or on social media with Rey del Indie Films, Juan C. Vasquez.
Yes.
So is there anything in the works with him? Possibly doing a film with him?
Yes. So actually he's gonna come out with this horror film. I don't know
A
too much
horror
about.
film, really?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know too much about it just yet, but he's working on a horror film, and we had discussed it, so we're gonna see where this takes us.
Okay, because I'm saying I believe he's in Miami. He's in
Yeah.
Miami, so you never know. I don't know if you might end up filming there soon. But yeah, Juan C. Vasquez is a well known, obviously indie film guy. Him and my buddy Kenny Ruiz, I told you about him, Mag Chop. They did a film here in Texas, in Houston, based on a real true is a true story. It's about the first. Oh my God, drawing a blank. It's the first. Uh, it's like a first something squad. The squad. It's called the squad,
Right.
and it's a
Yes.
first Chicano squad, cop squad. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for drug lords and all that stuff, and they were all Chicano based cops. So and
Right.
it's based on a true story. It was filmed in Houston. So yeah, so
That's
he's well
amazing.
known. So he's a good film genius. So you're in good hands there. Is there any role or anything you would reject? Why or why not?
Yeah, I would probably reject anything that involves like anything like too sexual or too much nudity. I don't support that stuff just because I'm a Christian and I'm a believer in Christ. So I wouldn't do films that go against that. And it's
Amen.
just it's just not me, like I don't want to be seen in that way or in that light. So yeah, I would reject roles like that have too much of that interfering in it.
Amen. I love that you mentioned Christ and you're proud to say that. And a lot of people hold back, you know, in an interview or coming out, saying, "Oh, I'm." And now speaking, now that you mentioned that, how is it being in your industry, whether it's modeling or film, and being a Christian? Is it
Yeah, I
tough or
mean,
not really?
yeah, it's tough because honestly people like the bad work. That's what kind of explodes or is more successful is just everything that's, I would say, unholy. But yeah, there's a lot of work I had to reject just because I just don't perform in those genres. Like there was a one film that I had booked, right? I auditioned for it, but I didn't know it involved so much of that genre, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Um and I had to end up rejecting it because it's something that I don't sit with. So it is kind of hard trying to find work that doesn't involve too much of that because it's all over, it's all over the world. So it does suck when you have to reject something like big because that just doesn't it's just not part of your morals. Um
Well, you know what? Good for you, and I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you for that because you know
Thank
what, and
you.
God sees that, and God
Right.
will reward you. Not. I know you don't do it for rewards, and God, and I'm not the type of person that say, "Oh, God reward." No, but He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Joe Osteen or anything like that. You know, only good will happen and reject. No, no, no. But
Yeah.
you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing, and uh, God sees that. God sees that, and He's proud of you, and that's good for you. Good will come out of this. Good
Thank
will come out of that. And I've been one that I've been asked. I think I interviewed a guy. You see, I've seen that you're a Christian and you watch horror films. Yeah, I watch horror films. I love horror films. I love horror films. I'm not here worshiping the devil.
you. Right.
I just enjoy a good scare flick. I enjoy, you know, I'm not like if it doesn't affect my soul. It doesn't
Right.
affect my soul. If it scares my soul, then it's a problem. It doesn't. But I love a good scare. For example, Jason Escapes Hell. Just the
Okay,
name
that's
alone, I know it's gonna be a awesome. Bad as an awesome
yeah.
movie. It's gonna be an awesome movie, and I'm looking forward to it. You know,
Yes,
um,
I'm so glad.
yeah, and that's good that you say that you reject those kind of films, and it's amazing that you already had to reject. And as far as modeling, have you ever had to reject certain modeling? Or I don't know the modeling industry. You're the first, no, actually, you're the second person who models that I've interviewed. But have you ever had to reject anything for modeling, or would you ever have to reject anything for modeling?
Yeah, I have like I know it's part of modeling, but there's just sometimes there's just topless on the runway and
Are you
or
serious?
or too much see-through or just like stickers and I just I that's just some work I just have to reject just because I'm not gonna walk down a runway shirtless or like with a net on, that's just I can't do that. And then my family's there, like no
I
way.
was just gonna tell you. I think that mom and dad go,
Right, my
no,
mom and dad just
that's our
hovering.
princess. That's nuestra princesa. What? ¿Qué está pasando? No.
Right. Oh my gosh.
I just the thought of it. Yeah, I just that's not yeah. But I did not know that in runways they do models with topless, and that to me doesn't make sense. I mean, what are they modeling? Just
Yeah, like sometimes it just depends. Like maybe they have a see-through shirt or a netted shirt that the designer made. Um or sometimes they just have like stickers that they have and they just put them on the models. Yeah, that exists for
that's
sure.
weird. That's weird. But hey, I guess there's something for everybody. I guess. Who have been your top influences for? Well, actually, for entrepreneurship, who's been one of your top influences?
My top influences, my father and my mother, honestly.
Really
Yes,
cool.
they pushed me into because I'm not a big fan of working for like people like I would say like maybe their business. I would just kind of want to do my own thing. Especially since I do acting and modeling, I need something more flexible for me. So I started this business and my mom and my father they helped me get everything I needed and to push to keep running that business.
And if you don't mind sharing, what does your mom and dad do?
My mom and my dad sometimes they help me get products, buy products, help me set up stuff or
No, no. As far
deliveries.
what do they do business wise? What do they do for work?
Oh, for work, my dad, I believe he owns his own business, so I'm able to learn from him. He owns a body shop, so he loves working on cars, selling cars, helping people with their vehicles. My mom, she also works for the government. She helps people in need, basically. That's what she does. But she's also my momager, so she helps me with flights, helps me manage my socials sometimes, and helps me manage work. So whatever I need to get done, she's basically my momager there. And also my father too. My father has a part in that as well.
Oh, cool. And are you an only child
No, I actually have a brother and sister.
already? Are you the
Yes.
youngest? Are the younger, older?
Yeah, I'm the youngest, so I'm the baby. I'm
Okay.
20 years old, so yeah.
How old is your brother and sister?
I believe my sister's like 26, and my brother's like 30.
Okay, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And who's been your biggest influences as far as for modeling?
For modeling, mm, like the models that I look up to.
Yeah.
Um, I would say the Victoria's Secret models. I think they made it pretty far, and they sacrificed a lot. So those are like my top
What
influence
about in film? Who's been your biggest influences in film?
in film.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one. There's a lot of people I love that make good films. I would say an actress would be Natalie Portman. I think she's an amazing actress. Megan Fox, Tom Holland, Zendaya. Though those are my top. I always, when I watch their movies, I always look at how they act, and they act just so gracefully, and they act so well, and I'm able to add that into my work.
That's awesome. Yeah, and Tom Holland to me is amazing because he's has such a strong accent, and then he's
Yes.
able to sound pure American. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Any interesting stories from any auditions on set that you can share?
New auditions.
Any interesting stories, any funny stories, or anything interesting that you've experienced at an audition or on set?
I would say during my auditions, like usually I'm competing against other people, right? So for my one of my auditions, when I was in John Casablancas, I was trying to book a role, and you're standing with a bunch of people, and you're against all of them, right? So the people that didn't make it get kicked. The people that made it would stay. So it all ends up to being like three or four people. I was one of those people, and luckily I got picked. It was difficult though, because I mean people get upset, they get mad. It's kind of like a show. Like who gets kicked off, who stays, you know? I thought it was so funny but so interesting, because it was a lot of pressure, trying to put your best talent out there, and then getting a no or yes is also hard too. So I thought it was just like such a unique experience.
How do you bounce back now that you say about getting the no's? How do you bounce back from getting a no for something you're going for? You get a no. How do you bounce back from that? How does Bridget bounce back?
Honestly, when I get the no's, like, yeah, they're harsh, they're cool. Like, they're gonna tell you straight up, like, they're gonna be like, oh, you don't have the look, or oh, I don't like this about you, or oh, you're just not the type I'm looking for. They're bold. They're gonna tell you what it is, and sometimes
Man,
you just gotta suck it up and be like, hey, like, you know what? I wasn't fit for this role, but the next one I probably will be. Like you gotta stay confident, because yeah, they'll reject you. That's fine. I'm gonna go get work elsewhere. Someone that does want me. So you just have to stay really confident. Like I have to stay really confident, and even though I get sad about roles, you don't give up. You keep looking and you keep looking, and someone will pick you for sure.
yeah, that's a good positive attitude. And I'm assuming being a Christian, you're probably always you're leaving it up to God. What
Mhm.
and going back to your Christianity, what's your go-to Bible verse?
My go-to Bible verse.
Yeah, what's a Bible verse if that you remember that you sometimes is there a prayer that you think about that sometimes when you need encouragement that you go to?
Well, there's one with Corinthians 13. That's basically him explaining love, and he explains how he loves you no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter
Love
what.
love is faithful. Love is not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love is kind, love is righteous, proud. Love is all things that he says, and I always live up to that, because um, having self love is in this industry. You have to have it, right? Because like not everyone's gonna love you or love your talent or love what you sacrificed or love this or love that about you. Like you gotta love yourself, and you gotta push through it. So I love those verses where he speaks about how he loves you no matter what.
As a matter of fact, those verses are my vows. Those are my wife and my those were our wedding vows.
Oh wow, that is so
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful.
Those were our wedding vows. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. Those I love that Bible verse. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing. Yeah, I do too. It's so inspiring, honestly.
yeah. Um, What are your ultimate goals as an actress, model, and as an entrepreneur? What are your ultimate goals?
As an actress, I wanna be able to get on theaters. Like I want to get on the big screens. That's my goal. I wanna see myself, like I want to see myself on top, knowing that I worked hard for what I did and people can finally see the talent that I have to share. Because there's a lot of people that would tell me, "Oh, you don't have this energy, or you don't have that, or you don't have this." Um but luckily when I auditioned for Bad Apples, he saw my talent and then he gave me the opportunity to show it. Which is amazing because he was like, "You're perfect for this role." Before that, I got so many no's. I would get some yeses, but then a lot of no's. And then I finally booked this one, which is a main character role, a main character role. It's a lead role, so it was amazing for me to actually book like a lead role in a movie. Um, so yeah, my goal is to definitely see myself up there, or just acting with someone that's big in the industry. That's like, it's a goal of mine. And to also show my talent. That's like the hugest thing for me. I wanna tell a story and I wanna tell it well.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to you telling that story as of Nina on Bad Apples. What are your ultimate goals with modeling, or is that something you said that that's something you still want to continue pursuing? But is that a something you still want to pursue big time, or is it something taking somewhat of a back row, back seat, or do you have goals for that too?
Yeah, I do have goals for that. I want to inspire others through that.
Awesome.
Um through my, whether it's through my looks or through the photos that I have. Like I want to inspire others that they can do it and they're beautiful. Cuz honestly, modeling photos or photo shoots, they're edited. Like most of them are edited, so we're still human.
Oh, really? But I didn't know they were edited.
Yeah.
I guess also, especially with AI now, I guess.
Yes.
What about as an entrepreneur?
As an
What,
entrepreneur,
yeah.
um yeah, I want to see my business succeed and I want people to love my products. I'm not saying I want it to be a huge thing just cuz acting is something that I'm pushing to be huge. But for the time that I have my business, I want to make sure I can put as much love into my products and to share with others that they'll enjoy it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you like to do for fun? What does Bridget
For fun.
when she's not busy the 7 days of the week? What does she like to do for fun?
You know what? I actually like working out. So I love being at the gym. I work out all the time. That's something I do for fun and for growth. To gain muscle, just to feel healthy. I love eating healthy. I love hanging out with my friends, going out to eat with my friends, going out. I also enjoy like acting with my friends. Like sometimes we'll make like little skits and videos. I love doing makeup. Social media is a big thing for me too. I love making content for people and just like entertaining people, but that's mainly what I do for fun.
That's cool because constantly making content keeps you, I guess, keeps you in practice. And now that you said you creating, any thought of you writing a script, or you doing your own writing, or you creating your own film in the future? Is there any that in the plans for Bridget?
Yeah, probably in the future I would want to make my own film and give actors the chance to perform. I haven't thought of what I wanted yet, but that's for the near future. When my acting gets further and I'm able to get actors and get this film together and get cameraman and things like that. But yeah, in the future, I definitely would like to do a film, whether it's horror, love, romance, or action.
Cool, cool. Besides Jason Escapes Hell and Bad Apples, what else are we expecting to see from you in the rest of 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, for 2025, I do have another movie coming out. Um, Another movie that I'm filming this year. So after Jason Escapes from Hell, I have another movie to film. I don't know too much about it, but just
Okay,
know there is more work coming. There's always work coming. So this year we have a few projects that I'll be working on, and they'll either come out this year or next year.
cool, cool. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to share?
I want to let everyone know that whatever you are dreaming about or whatever you want to succeed, that you can do it. You don't need all this money, or you don't need to have everyone by your side doing it. Like, you're able to do it. You can achieve anything if you put your mind to it, and you will be successful if you keep pushing.
I love that little advice that you give to probably another young lady who or any young person, or even somebody like me, an older person that might be looking to get into something. Anybody can do it, and just believe in yourself. Believe, especially if you have faith in God. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you could do it. Just put your mind into it, and you could do it. I love that. Love it,
Yes.
folks. All of Bridget Ortiz's information, her IMDb, her social media pages are going to be here in the description. Her business page is going to be on here also. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. At least share this episode so people could hear more about who this is and what her films are coming out. Bridget, thank you so much for coming on
Thank
and
you.
spending some time with me.
Of course.
God
Of
bless you.
course. God bless you. Bye.